What are some of the pain points you're seeing these days that need to be addressed?
You know, for me, it all goes back to um, it doesn't matter, when we're talking about things like addiction, it doesn't matter if it's alcohol, if it's drugs, if it's food, if it's sex, if it's porn. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all a symptom. And so for me, in my perspective, in my personal experience, it was, in my particular case, understanding the generational trauma of alcoholism, understanding the core beliefs that were programmed in my brain at an early age, basically trauma related, that weren't good. And so as a result, people go through their lives, or at least I did. I've gone through my life with those core beliefs of, dealing with things like abandonment and rejection, and you're not enough, and you're not worthy, and you're not lovable. And the brain, man, it will work in mysterious ways to try to do things to get that external validation, to kind of, I don't know, cope, deal with those kind of core beliefs. But again, getting back to the question, it's really changing your way of thinking, man. Really being able to understand, what you're feeling, why you're feeling that, learning and making it a habit to reframe your thinking. Because so many of us, we're just so apt to living in the what ifs, the worst case scenarios, the catastrophizing. And 99.9% of it's not true. It's never going to come true. But we live in that stuff. And so, that's, for me, that's what I see is probably, besides the spiritual component that we'll get into, which is even more critical, in my opinion, the whole thinking, and that process of reprogramming your brain, in a healthy way, is really important.
Yeah.